Here today at Y.E.S Project, and this is Dr. Chaz. And we're a mentoring organization that mentors incarcerated and troubled youth. Today we're here with Y.E.S. And Y.E.S has been involved with us for at least over 40 years. Young man that came a long way, so I thought it'd be interesting to see what people would like to hear what he has to say in relationship to life and going through life and coming from one stage to the other. Y.E.S, tell me a little bit about, tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Y.E.S. 26 years of age. I grew up in Bridgeton, New Jersey. I moved to Georgia, Dublin, Georgia, when I was roughly about 14, going on 15. I played basketball, football.
Let me ask you a couple questions, Y.E.S. When did you first get in trouble as a young man?
Around the age of 18.
What happened about that?
I was running around with the wrong crowd, and a few of my friends had got into it with some people, and I was really misled about the situation and ended up with the guys who had got into some trouble and ended up being a victim of a drive-by shooting.
So it's kind of semi-like a retaliation type situation.
Yes, sir.
And what happened with the drive-by? How did that take place?
I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I actually was over my friend's house, maybe a block away from my mother's house. And the guys drove up on the corner, and I just seen a whole bunch of fire coming from weapons, and I just was like, they shooting, and I ended up in the hospital.
So you caught some lead?
Yes, sir.
So you blessed you came through that?
Yes,
right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, here, this project, we worked together, and you worked with me, and we did some things together, and you feel that this, organization has been kind of inspirational, and I've been inspirational to you.
Most definitely. This organization is definitely a good organization. If it's a lot of younger guys out there in Lawrence County area, I would suggest you come by and talk to Dr. Chaz if you're having problems or if you need help with anything. You know what I mean? It's not just for criminals or for trouble youth. It's for anybody. Like anybody that feels like they need help or need to talk to someone, come by and talk to Dr. Chaz, because I feel like at times if I wouldn't have came and talked to you, who knows where I would be at this time right now.
Right. And let's tell folks a little bit of where you are right now.
Well, I'm holding down a job at Hearst Wyman in McCray.
Yeah.
I roughly make 40 plus hours a week. Just staying out of trouble, I'm hardly ever in the streets at all. Like if I do, I'm just here and there, and then I'm back home. But
yeah, the streets kind of is the key to keeping you from falling back into anything. The streets, ain't nothing out there in the streets but the streets. And what the streets offer, which is really a bunch of chaos.
Exactly.
We find ourselves doing things when we're younger. But you're getting a little older now. You're how old now?
26.
Yeah. So now you've found a way to get yourself, back on track. But this is an example to tell you that you don't have to, lose all the way through. There's a way to come out from under the problems that you're in. Now, I know you say they need to talk to me and I can help them, but you know the real answer. You know the helper of all helpers, right? Who's the helper of all helpers?
God, Jesus Christ.
That's right. And why do you feel you need that to sustain yourself? With all the things you've been through, because you've been shot, you've been in the violent activities and the robbing and the getting high activities. How do you feel now that God is giving you the strength to sustain yourself?
I just feel like none of it will be possible without him, because everything that I went through, it's like that saying, the footprints in the sand to me, like, you know, all the times when I was mad at God or aggravated against him, and I was like, well, God, why did this happen, or what about this, or if this would have never happened, I'd do this, or I'd be that. But in my perspective, it was like I said, like the footprints in the sand. At all those times that I thought that God wasn't there, in the saying of the footprints, it said those are the times that I carried you, and that's kind of how I look at it.
That's
like,
pretty deep, so. Yeah. And the truth of the matter is that if your heart is right, you know,
yes, sir.
and you got some sincerity in you, then God is gonna still play a role in your life. You know,
Exactly.
and most people do. Most people have some sincerity. Most people want to do right. There's a few folks that's just hard all the way to the core.
Yeah.
You know, but the destination, when you like that, your destination is disastrous. So as long as you can maintain that situation. Now let's talk a little bit, you know, because we ain't gonna have a whole lot of time. Let's talk a little bit about relationship. You know, how does that play a part in your relationships?
Okay, like I was saying before, like I've had problems with lust and, you know, just, you know, seeing a woman, undressing her with my eyes, all kind of stuff, and I had to pray to God and ask him, you know, to help me with that. And like I said, I don't have a problem with it anymore. I could be in the room with several women and nothing about sex or indulging in sex or anything even comes to my mind anymore. And I thank God for that, because I used to have problems with that. And I don't know what happened. I was at a standstill point in my life, and I was like, God, everything's going wrong. I need help with this. I need help with that. And little by little, he just started helping me and improving me as a man. Well, improving me from a young man into a man.
And that's kind of where I see God wanting you basically have progressed. I'm real proud of you with going forth with that progress. Lust is a very serious thing, and it don't always stay away. It's gonna come back again. The thing is to put life in perspective order, put things in perspective order. And the best way to put it in perspective order is to find a person that you can kind of really relate to, build a foundation on that. And that's kind of pretty much what I see that you pretty much have done. Is that pretty much correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because once you do that, then you put yourself in a situation where now you don't have to be pulled here and there. You got all these different strings pulling on you, and there's a bunch of women that can't pull it on you too. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So it's a matter of being strong enough to just focus on one person, build a relationship, and build a unity. And once you're building that unity, then you're strong enough to resist all the other temptations. Your drug situation, how from what stage to what stage did you deal with on that? Because that's the hardest thing for your young man to do, is to give up the weed and the whole nine.
Well, honestly, I'll say, like, when it comes down to it, like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I loved it to smoke marijuana, but God put me in a place where it wasn't nobody but me and him, and I made promises, and some type of way, my mama always told me, if you make promises to God, you're gonna have to keep them.
Yeah.
And that was one of the promises I made, that I let it go. And it was hard at first, and cold turkey and all of that, but I quit, and I thank him to this day for sustaining me and keeping me under his wing, under the blessings of God, because I mean, I was never like no just drug addict, but you know, I smoked marijuana, and that's not a good thing. So,
Well, you consider yourself a weed head?
honestly, I pretty much could consider myself a weed, because I just liked to smoke.
But if you smoke all the time,
I never
you
had
can't-
anything else to do but smoke.
Just like, yeah, we ain't got nothing to do, let's fire up a joint, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's pretty much normal. That's pretty much where it is in life. It's just all about that. So, but we can go on to the next stage and we can do better and we can better ourselves. That's because of the spirit man in you. And truthfully, you're at a place now, God wants to be building the spirit man in you. And the spirit man in you overcomes the fleshly man, overcomes the flesh, overcomes the flesh desires, overcomes everything that comes against you, destroy you, because really it ain't to help you anyway. The flesh ain't here to help you. It's here to destroy us. It's here to defeat us. And that's what we got to defeat. We're going to pretty much close it out. I hope everybody didn't get too upset in relationship to the interference, but sometimes I didn't lock the door so somebody can't just interrupt or whatever. But the bottom line is you're here with Y.E.S Project, you're here with Y.E.S. Y.E.S is one of our youth that came all the way through and has gotten over. Now he's into the stage of, we're going to put him into the stage of being a mentor, you know, and he's going to even start promoting some of our mentor programs. So we'd like to thank you for joining us this week, and remember that you've got to build a spirit man if you want to really be successful in life. Now on. Man, you're doing right, man.